Everybody, today we're going to be cooking a beef chuck pot roast. So I'm going to take you guys in and we're going to learn how to make this. With any major protein, you're going to want to start with a mirepoix, which consists of carrots, celery, and onions. I'm lightly seasoning this with some kosher salt. This is just going to give your beef roast some flavor. We're just going to get a little bit of color on this, and then we're just going to put this in the slow cooker. Next, I'm just adding some dried bay leaves in here. Again, more flavor. Just going to let this saute up for a little bit. So, we got some color on these vegetables. We're going to transfer these into the slow cooker. Then, over here, we have our beef chuck roast. And we are going to, I've already salted it and put some pepper on there. Then we're going to sear it in our cast iron skillet, same skillet that we sauteed our vegetables in. It has plenty of flavor there, and so you're going to want to keep that flavor. Then we're going to put it in our crock pot with the vegetables, and we're just going to set it and forget it. So now we're just going to lightly flour this. This is going to give it that perfect sear that you want. And you don't want too much on there, but just give it a light dusting of flour. And over here, we're going to sit it in here. We're going to put some nice color on there, and then we're going to transfer it to the crock pot. You can also do this in the Dutch oven or a cast iron skillet, pot, whatever you have available. You can also do this in your roasting pan. Okay, so we have our roast searing away. I put some olive oil in there so it didn't stick. This is the color that you're looking for. So we're going to flip this around and get the same kind of crust on the other side. That way we can transfer this to our crock pot, or you can put it in your roasting pan or whatever you have readily available. So we got the good color on the other side as well. Right now I'm locking in the juices and the flavor by searing all sides of it. That way all the flavors locked in, and then we're going to transfer this either into your slow cooker or your oven safe dish, and you're going to roast it away. Okay, so we're done locking in the flavor and the juices. We're going to transfer this into our oven safe dish or your slow cooker. Okay, so we've transferred it to our slow cooker. I'm about to add the thyme that I've just tied up with some plastic wrap, or you can use butcher's twine. That works really well as well. We're just going to discard it after the roast is cooked. And so we're going to add some beef stock here. Not too much, because the roast will let off its own juices, and then it's going to cook. I have this set on 400 for 2.5 hours for right now. And then we'll come back, check it, check the level of seasoning, check the level of liquid, see if we need to add any more liquid, and then we'll add some more items into this pot later. We'll add some potatoes, add some more onions, maybe some mushrooms. Whatever you want to go in here can go in here. As you can see, we're roasting away here. I've added some tomato paste, some Worcestershire sauce, and then I'm going to add a couple of cloves of garlic. Nothing special about the garlic. All I did was remove the skin and crushed it just so the flavor comes into your roast. You can fish those out later, or they'll be nice and soft. You can eat them and it'll give your whole dish more flavor. Hey everybody, so came to check on the pot roast. Still bubbling away. I've added a little bit more beef stock to it. Turn this around so y'all can see what's going on in here. Still cooking away. I've lowered the temperature a little bit to 350. Oh, it doesn't cook too fast. We got time. I haven't added any more vegetables yet. If you add the potatoes in now, then they'll be mushy. So you want to avoid that. The carrots are getting nice and tender. As you can see, they've right in half. Bay leaves are still in there. Our thyme bundle is still right here, where you can see most of the leaves have fell off. Our sauce in here is getting nice and thickened. That comes from the tomato paste that we added. Pretty soon I'm going to taste the broth, and that'll give you an idea of what kind of flavor your pot roast has. See if you need to add more salt, more pepper, whatever you chose to season your meat with. I just use salt and pepper. So we'll check back in a little bit later and see what's going on. Okay, so this is what's going on. It's fell apart. It's pretty much done. So I have my sides going, which is going to be asparagus and homemade mashed potatoes. For the potatoes, I just took some baker's potatoes I got from Sam's Club for $5.98 for a big 10-pound bag, and boiled them, salt, some white pepper, then warmed up some milk and some butter and poured them in and smashed them. Very simple, very easy to do. Then I have some asparagus here that I put in a skillet with a little bit of water, barely covering them. Simmered them until they're this nice bright green, and then we're done.